Good morning and welcome to Mornings on Main Street for this Monday, the 23rd of October. I'm your host, Stefanie Miller. Coming up, we have another Streetwise segment for you. The topic today, distracted driving and pedestrians. After that, in our Let's Eat segment, we get introduced to a location that will help to satisfy any ethnic food craving you might have. And then we round out by talking with the new executive director of Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Clarksville on a number of things happening with that organization and then how you can become a big if you are interested. But first, let's get a check of our headlines and stories that you'll find at mainstreetmediatn.com. Two Middle Tennessee State University Department of Biology assistant professors each landed a $1 million National Science Foundation grant to help ramp up research initiatives in support of its R2 designation from the Carnegie Classification of Institutions of Higher Education. Read more about this by going to mainstreetmediatn.com and clicking on the Murfreesboro Post. Members of the Tennessee Financial Literacy Commission have been honored for their leadership in bringing financial education to their schools. They were awarded for their work to implement a Money Week program for all Van Leer first and second grade students. What is the purpose of Money Week? Read more about that by going to our website and finding the Dixon Post. Austin Peay State University student Emma Matlock is leading a drive to aid in the Maui wildfire relief efforts. You can help by donating essential resources through November 18th at the Honors Commons there at Austin Peay. Learn more about Matlock's connection to Maui and more on the drive by visiting our website and clicking on Main Street Clarksville. Let's get a check of the weather with the team over at Tennessee Valley Weather.
From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your weather today.
Hey folks, Ben Luna here with you in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center, wishing you a happy Monday. Across the area weather-wise today, sun, clouds, and warm temperatures. You know, we're about a week out from Halloween, and we're talking about highs in the upper 70s to maybe even the 80s in a few spots for you as we head through today and the next few this week. But we are remaining predominantly dry across the area with just a mix of clouds and sunshine through each day. Maybe as we head toward the end of the week, we might be looking at a chance for a little scattered shower or two filtering into the region, but predominantly, just hot and dry here across the area. Overnight lows will be dipping into the mid-ish 50s to near 60 each night, and then right back into the 70s, if not 80s, in a few spots through the work week. Here's the breakdown for you. Clouds and sunshine today, tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, pretty much copy and paste it. By Friday and Saturday, though, we'll be watching, maybe can add in a chance for a spotty shower here, and then I think into next week, our rain chances will hopefully, fingers crossed, be improving quite a bit across the area. I'll leave you with a final check of the forecast. Thank you for watching this update. Have a great Monday. We'll talk to you soon.
The Tennessee Highway Safety Office has a new segment known as Streetwise. They've been working with Devon on. We've been enlightened the past couple of weeks with this segment, and today we learned a little bit more about distracted driving dangers and being a pedestrian.
We're back at Streetwise, and we're going to talk a little bit about our great city. We have a wonderful city to visit, and we're in the top 10 of destinations for vacation cities, right?
I think so, yes.
Because we have so many tourists who come from everywhere, people who come from Nowheresville, where they don't even have a traffic light, to people who come from cities that really understand how to be a pedestrian, like New York City. You know, it's a pedestrian city rather than a driving city. So all that merges, so to speak, into this town. And why do you think that people don't understand how to be a pedestrian in this town or how to respect pedestrians?
I think the education, lack of education, because people really, the distracted, I'm going to go distracted because that's a problem in all walks of life, no pun intended, but nobody pays attention. And in this instance, everybody needs to pay attention. So we have to marry, so to speak, the pedestrians and the bicyclists and the cars. Everybody needs to be paying attention to everyone. If I'm a pedestrian, before I walk out into the street, I'm going to make eye contact with that driver to make sure he or she sees me before I walk across the street. So I think that's a big problem as well.
It's huge. Now, I didn't realize, but the laws have changed in Tennessee. Now, I was new to the uptake, and I'm not going to say I might have gotten a ticket. I did get a ticket. But that distracted driving is not just texting or holding a phone. It can also be eating in the car. Now, here's the deal. You try and go through the drive-through at Taco Bell, you better just pull over and have your meal in your car, because if you're driving there trying to eat a taco and it drops in your lap, you can run over somebody. And we don't think about that as being distracted driving, but that's important, isn't it, to note that?
Everybody actually, immediately they go to phone. We have the hands-free law now where the phone has to be put down. We don't have the eat-free law. So we're looking at food and we're looking at kids in the back seat that we're paying attention to as parents, because that's our first priority, our kids. So you're looking at your kids, you're listening to music. A kid, we're talking about cell phones, but you're also Spotify and X and Instagram. There's no break. And when you get behind the wheel of a car, there shouldn't be a break. But the break is you're watching the road all the time. We're talking about pedestrians, and that is a problem. But you're also talking about other drivers, and you can focus on yourself as much. I'm a great driver. Well, you may be a great driver, but these other people aren't great drivers. So you have to pay attention to everything when you're behind the wheel of a car.
And it can happen so quickly. That's the thing, it can happen so quickly. And if you're driving, and I know that if you're watching this right now, you go, well, we know that. We know that. Okay, we may know it, but ain't nobody doing it. That's the problem. And if enough people aren't doing it, it becomes 100 people gone because of someone being distracted and a pedestrian getting hit in an intersection. And let's talk about the old law, jaywalking. We laugh and everybody says, yeah, I got a ticket for jaywalking. Jaywalking that is crossing where there's not a crosswalk in the middle of a street. You go, I'm not walking all the way down there to cross the street. I'm just going to go here. Is that a problem with pedestrians?
It is a problem, pedestrians crossing mid-block. However, the jaywalking law is not as strong as it should be. It's not technically speaking against the law to walk across where there's not a crosswalk, which is a problem also in Nashville. It's subjective. I can cross if I'm not impeding traffic, but I'm impeding traffic because I don't walk that fast. So if there's a car coming, I'm impeding traffic. It wouldn't take that long to go to the crosswalk, walk across the crosswalk, and then you're okay. And every intersection, there's a crosswalk, even if it's not marked.
There are a couple of really bad spots when you are coming into Nashville where 2nd and 4th Avenue exit I-40, and you're coming into 2nd Avenue, 4th Avenue, coming into downtown. You're exiting, but other people are entering the I-40 there. So I would call it the place where you play Frogger as a driver. It's an issue, and you got to be really careful there. But when you get to the bottom to enter 2nd Avenue, there is a sign that says no turning on red. We become so accustomed to turning on red that we ignore that, and there are accidents there all the time because people don't read the signs.
Right, and because it's so ingrained in us now that you can turn right on red. The thing is, you can turn right on red, that's legal, but it's always illegal not to yield to a pedestrian.
At Fred's Flooring, we're your source for quality flooring options. Our extensive experience and knowledge in the industry means we have the expertise to get the job done right. From carpet to tile, hardwood to laminate, and luxury vinyl, we have everything you need to find the perfect floor for your home. As the Main Street Award Favorite Floor Store winner for 2023, we know what it takes to satisfy our customers. And with our convenient financing options, you can get your dream floors now and pay over time. Visit fredsfloors.com or call us today.
At Chapels, we pride ourselves on offering a wide variety of the freshest fruits and vegetables, handpicked just for you. We have a wide selection of the freshest, highest quality meats that will leave your taste buds craving more. Our friendly staff is always ready to lend a helping hand. We believe in treating every customer like family because at Chapels, your family is our family. We've been locally owned and operated for over 60 years. You can visit any of our Chapels locations in Dixon, White Bluff, McEwen, and Centerville.
At Old Hickory Credit Union, we're member-owned, not-for-profit, and eager to serve our Robertson County community. Since 1934, we have strived to provide our members with a safe, reliable place to take care of all their financial needs. From checking accounts to loans to mortgages, we're here to help. Credit unions have to constantly adapt to meet the needs of an ever-changing market. However, one constant will always remain, and that is the service we provide to our members. Stop by our Greenbrier branch today.
What separates us from other companies in Tennessee, that's going to be our mission to our customers, is to always improve the quality of life. That's from taking care of your pest to a friendly voice on the phone when you call, to a technician that comes out, he's competent, he's going to solve the problem for you. We're considered a full encompassing service, so we're going to take care of 50 plus different pests, and we'll always have your back.
Welcome back. It is time to talk food with our food columnist, Catherine Mayhew. Gosh, we love her reports. And you know, there's a place, if you can't figure out if you would like Thai, Japanese cuisine, maybe Korean, there is one spot for you to go, and that is Hawker's Street Food. Is that right, Catherine?
Yeah, absolutely. It's in East Nashville, and I love this concept. And that's exactly what you said. If you're just craving some kind of Asian food, but you can't decide on the country, go to Hawker's because they've got it all.
How does that work? What is there like? What's that setup for them?
Well, the setup is it's a menu that would be like any other menu, except it's segregated, not by country so much, but by category. So for instance, if you want bao buns, which are those lovely, soft, pillowy buns that usually have like char siu pork or some kind of savory other meat in them, you know, it's on the menu. And you know it's Chinese if you know enough to know that. And if you don't know enough to know that, that's fine anyway. And, you know, you'll get to the part where you'll get bulgogi. Well, you know that's Korean. And so on. So you sort of, you know, shop your way down. I never shop by country. I just shop by what looks craveable to me. But really, the entire menu is craveable. And it's done in, I wouldn't say everything's meant to be a shared plate, but everything can be a shared plate. So if you're a party of 6 or 8 people, you can work your way through a lot of the menu and try little bits and pieces of a lot of different dishes and feel like, you know, you've had a whirlwind tour of Asia without taking your passport out.
Now, I know you're a dumpling person. Do they offer dumplings?
I am a dumpling person. And yes, they do offer dumplings. And they have the traditional kind. You can get it with a nice spicy chili sauce, which is usually my go-to. But this last time, I had never had a soup dumpling. And if you don't know what that is, literally, it's Chinese. And what they do is they make their broth, and then they chill it so that it congeals into kind of gelatin. And they cut little squares of it. And when they're making the dumplings, they put in this little square of congealed soup and then the meat filling. And when they go ahead and steam them, that little congealed cube melts and it creates again the soup. So the way you're supposed to eat it is you pick it up with your chopsticks, which is already a little bit of a problem for people like me who are chopstick, not averse, but I'm hopeful to learn. How about that?
Yeah.
So what you're supposed to do is pick it up with your chopsticks. You take a little bite out of the dumpling and you slurp the soup out first, and then you eat the rest of the dumpling. And if you can do that, hats off to you. I did not achieve that perfection myself, and I ended up doing it with a fork. And maybe I got some of the soup out before it hit the plate, and maybe I didn't. But at the end of the day, it was fun to eat. It was a new experience. It was absolutely delicious. You know, yeah, really good texture of the noodles and a lot of fun.
Oh, it sounds good. You know, I'm good with chopsticks with some items, like, you know, like chicken or like those, the spare ribs or whatnot. But when it comes to something like that, I look like Julia Roberts in Pretty Woman when she's trying to eat the escargot. When I try my chopsticks with dumplings, it just slips right out.
Well, you know, I think noodles are, in particular with chopsticks, unless you have a lot of practice, it is problematic. And there's another dish that I absolutely love there under their noodle menu. It's called beef hao fun. And it's one of the very few dishes that they start in a dry wok. So the noodles, they're wide rice noodles, and they go into a dry wok, and that seasoning and the smoke that you get from a dry wok sort of infuses into the noodles. And then they add vegetables, protein, and a soy sauce-based sauce. But I have the same problem with the chopsticks, right? Because wide rice noodles are slippery.
Yes.
And I think, I have seen a number of pictures of actual Chinese people in a night market eating noodles, and they're okay with just sticking their face right next to the bowl and just, and I think if you adopt that attitude, you'll be fine. And if not, they have forks.
Well, I'm going to adopt that attitude. Just put my face right in there. Heck yes.
Yeah, me too. Because you know what? When you have your face in a bowl, you can't see anybody judging you.
That's true. And do we really care? No.
No. I mean, the object of the exercise is to get this delicious food from the bowl into your mouth, however you do it.
Hawker Street Food, another great spot to try. You know, Catherine, we've been doing this for almost a year now, and you just never disappoint, ever.
You know what? We are so lucky to live in this area. There is such a wide variety of different experiences. Some of them have been here for decades. Some of them have been here for 2 weeks. But if you can't find something good to eat in Nashville, then my apologies to you.
They need to look a little harder because it really is easy.
Exactly.
Catherine, thank you so much. Cannot wait to see you next Monday. Have a fantastic rest of the day.
You as well.
Thank you. Again, Catherine Mayhew, our food columnist and reporter. All of her articles can be found at mainstreetmediatn.com. You can also find her here every Monday, highlighting one of the phenomenal restaurants and eateries in our beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Middle Tennessee area. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Beginning January 1, Delta Dental of Tennessee is introducing enhanced benefits for persons with intellectual and developmental disabilities.
It'll include extra cleaning times for people with special needs, extra time for exams. More importantly, we will create a training program that any dentist office in the state can go online and pick that up.
At Delta Dental, we believe that the quality of oral health care should be accessible and inclusive for all.
Derryberry's Heat and Air has been proudly serving the Middle Tennessee area for over 35 years. We have been voted Sumner County's best heat and air company for the past 8 years. For outstanding service, call Derryberry's at 615-452-8121.
When it comes to insurance, you want a name you can trust. Wendy Danielle Stack is here to help. With over 7 years of experience, Danielle and her team are here to assist you in finding the right coverage for all of your needs. From auto and home to life and business insurance, we have customized options for everyone. We'll work with you to create a personalized plan that protects everything in your life that matters most. Call today and see for yourself why Danielle Stack is the go-to insurance agent in Clarksville.
I'm Dr. Webb. I'm the owner and operator of Webb Aesthetic Plastic Surgery here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. We offer services for both men and women, breast, body, and face for both.
I meet with patients who are ready to schedule surgery. We talk about their pre-op appointments, what to expect before surgery, what to expect during and after surgery.
We graduated medical school and nursing school the same day, and I had things that I believed in and stood by that I wasn't willing to compromise on. So when he came home, we had to discuss that we were on the same page with how we treated patients and staff. We want them to feel like they're part of our family.
Welcome back to Mornings on Main Street. I have the absolute pleasure of sitting down now with the Executive Director of Big Brothers Big Sisters, Sandra Brandon. Thank you so much for your time.
Yes, thank you for coming.
In your new location.
Yes, we are loving it here. We've been here since about May. Absolutely love the space. It's a lot larger than our previous space. And the area we're sitting in right now is our community room, and we hope to have many activities here, so it's been a blessing.
Well, and what a great room to have. I love the chalkboard behind me. Always love seeing those. You know, Clarksville is so lucky to have have big brothers and big sisters for the little ones in our area. What do you hear from the parents and stuff? You've been in this position now for going on what, 7 months?
Yep, right about 7 months. So I'm kind of new to the position. The feedback we get from the community has been absolutely wonderful, and the parents of the littles, they always tell us how much of an impact that their big mentor makes. It's just been an amazing relationship that these bigs and littles create, and we can't hear enough good things from the parents. It's been absolutely amazing. I think one of the things that kind of it really stands out is that the relationship they build is long term. Even after they maybe like get older and they're no longer a little, they still maintain the relationship with their big mentor throughout their adult years. And the other thing we hear is the dedication that the bigs have. We actually have one big that flies in like every 2 months to meet with her little, even though she's moved away. She was in the military and she moved away. She still flies in to meet with them on a regular basis. So we're building relationships that truly make an impact on these children long term.
And I wanted her to say this because for those seeing this, or if you know someone who has an interest on being a big, take that step, because the role you play is one that is priceless for the kids that are here. How many kids do you have waiting for a big right now?
Currently we have 16 littles that are waiting for a big mentor, and out of those 16, 14 are boys. So when we do little match intros, we do interviews, try to match people so they're compatible. And sometimes the littles and their parents, they don't care if they have a big brother or a big sister, but sometimes they specifically want a big brother. And for those 14 littles that we have right now that are boys, they're all requesting men to be their mentor. And that's where we're kind of short. So thank you for asking that question. We are in desperate need of men that can step up and help guide and lead these littles.
And fellas, I know we have a number of incredible gentlemen out there that have a lot to share with the little, where they could really learn something from you. So we connect with you, and we can do that at events. And you have some events coming up, and you will see these QR codes at all the events. This one says enroll a little. This one says about us. You have be a big. This is an important run there, and donate now. What events do you have coming up where we can connect with you?
Well, we were always at a lot of community events. So if you see us out at a table at a community event, please come up, introduce yourself, ask questions. And if there's any kind of community event that involves children or the public, I know we're kind of getting into the holidays, so any of like the parades, the trunk or treats, will be at all of those. We also hold events, and you're welcome to stop by and ask questions during these events. For example, we have one coming up next month where we are going to be partnering with Meals on Wheels to help deliver meals to those who are needy. So our big will be assigned a driver who will help deliver the meal with their little to individuals in the community. Great partnership with them. We've got an event coming up in December, Arts for Hearts, and we'll actually use this community space right here, and we'll set up tables, and Arts for Hearts is going to come in and bring all the equipment for all of our littles to make Christmas ornaments. And all those events are on our website. We advertise on our Facebook page, so you're welcome to look there, ask any questions, stop by, ask any questions. We have a very visible location now, so we always welcome people to come in and get more information.
Oh, I love that so much. On your Facebook page, or how do we, so Big Brothers, Big Sisters
of Clarksville.
So that's how you find Big Brothers, Big Sisters here in Clarksville. Luckily for the other areas, majority of you most likely have a Big Brothers, Big Sisters where you are.
Yes.
Is it easy to connect with one of the locations?
Yeah, so there's Big Brothers, Big Sisters in Middle Tennessee. That's the Nashville location.
Okay.
We also have an office in Chattanooga, and then we have an area that serves kind of what are called the Tri-Cities, Knoxville, that area. Nice. So there's an office in Knoxville. You can just do a quick Google search for any of those, or a Facebook search. They all have Facebook pages, social media pages, and websites. And then if you still have a question, you can call us, and we'll send you in the right direction. So
easy peasy for you out there. If you would like that information. Coming in 7 months ago, how did you want your first few months to go? What have you been working on? Was there a big game plan again, Big Brothers, Big Sisters has always done incredible things in the area. What sort of ideas did you come in with?
Well, the biggest thing is I wanted bigger visibility. Okay. We had a wonderful office downtown, but it was small and our staff was growing, so we needed a bigger space. And I also wanted to find a place that had like an event space that we can meet in. So that was one of the things. And then also another focus of ours was to, mentoring can be hard. It's kind of sometimes hard to find activities to do with your little. And so one of the things that we focused on as an office is to have an office event once a month that is free to the big that they can come and participate in and bring their little, and that will count as one of their weekly match events that they can do. So that's been a focus, and of course also just increasing the numbers of our bigs and littles, which is always a work in progress. Time is very precious for a lot of people, so to emphasize the need to have this and to meet with people in the community to encourage them to volunteer has been another focus of ours.
So whether you want to get your little one into this program or you would like to be a big reach out to Big Brothers Big Sisters of Clarksville here, is there anything that I haven't asked you that you would like to share and make sure we know?
Well, we have 2 big fundraisers every year. One is our inaugural fundraiser for Big Night of Bourbon that's coming up. We're going to have it at the Ruby Cora. All the information is on our website, but it's going to be November 10th at the Ruby Cora. Super excited. We'll have some local distilleries come in and talk about their bourbon. It'll be a meal, so a great fundraiser for us. And then, of course, in the spring, we always do Bowl for Kids' Sake. And that's been a Clarksville staple for probably 30 years now.
Sandra Brandon, Executive Director here for Big Brothers Big Sisters. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for introducing us to this new location. We appreciate that. And again, if you have an interest, if you want more information, reach out to Big Brothers Big Sisters of Clarksville. And when you see this QR code, one of these, make sure you click on it. Stick right here on Mornings on Main Street. We have more coming up after this commercial break.
It's the biggest racing show of the year, Friday through Sunday, November 3rd through 5th at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. 6 fast-paced divisions of racing on the quarter-mile Friday night, pole qualifying and 3 big feature events Saturday night, and the Curb Records Big Machine Vodka Spike Coolers All-American 400 on Sunday afternoon. Racing starts at 6:30 Friday, 5 o'clock Saturday, and 1 o'clock Sunday. Tickets available at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway.racing or at the gate on race day. It's the 39th All-American 400 weekend, Friday through Sunday, November 3rd through 5th. Get your tickets now.
He shoots, and he scores!
Here at Rock and Roll Sushi, we're proud to be the original American-style sushi restaurant founded on great food and rock and roll music, boasting concepts and flavors that are big, bold, and loud. We're the only place to experience the rock you love and the rolls you love with the ones you love. Come see for yourself why we're the best sushi experience in town. Find us at 108 Morris Road in Clarksville or visit our website at rockandrollsushi.com.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
Welcome back. Here's a look back at some of the littles and bigs that got together from Big Brothers Big Sisters of Clarksville this past weekend. They came together on Saturday morning for a magic show put on by magician Russ Nowak. They were treated to some popcorn and refreshments. A really great time for them as they, gear up for Halloween later on this month. If you would like more information about Big Brothers Big Sisters, you can reach out to that organization by going to their website or checking in your area for your local Big Brothers Big Sisters. As always, thanks for joining us here on Mornings on Main Street. We hope that you take something away from each and every show that we have. But until tomorrow, just remember, it's always a good day to have a good day.